TINUBU dodged the bullet by not appointing El-Rufai as minister. Sani assessed the performance of President Bola Tinubu and his predecessor Muhammadu Buhari. Amidst the turmoil of insecurity, hardship, and questionable governance, Senator Shehu Sani, a native of a state and a prominent lawmaker of the 8th National Assembly, shared his insight with Pulse senior reporter Segun Adeyemi. He delved into El-Rufai's leadership style, the plight of the people of southern Kaduna, the economic drought of the state, and the relentless murders that happened during his administration. The lawmaker also revealed the story behind the controversial $350 million allegedly sourced from the World Bank through fraud. In this interview, Sani assessed the performance of President Bola Tinubu and his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, as well as his political ambition ahead of the 2027 polls. Kindly run us through what you have been up to lately. He replied, "Well, I'm a typical Nigerian and with my family and watching events in the country. That's all." They were asked, "Talking about watching events in the country, you tweet a lot and I've been following you for the past 3 years on Twitter. I just wanted to know, when did you develop that savviness for social media?" They replied, "I come from a media family because my father was in the media industry. With the advent of social media and information technology, social media has become the most potent platform that provides the opportunity for citizens to express their opinion and also hold their government to account. So as far as I'm concerned, I believe that it's a tool for good government, but it can also be abused." They asked, "Some people on social media to get information, some people are there to be informed, some people are there to send missiles to others, some people are there to spy on other people. So my own style, particularly on Twitter, is how I can use that tool to either send the message or tell the truth to power in a manner that everyone will be happy. I start off soften certain messages that are serious using comical text that will make them more interesting for readers without anger. So this is how I developed this style. How do I tell the president that the naira is not floating? Rather than condemning the president that his economic policies are not working, I can simply say it appears that the naira needs life support, or it needs a lifeboat, or something that will keep it afloat. I will do it in such a way that it also gets the interest of a younger generation who are mostly on the social media space. So I don't believe that social media space is a place where people should always be angry with everyone, but it appears it is toxic." They asked, when I was in National Assembly, even till today, you find out that 90% of people holding political offices are not on social media. They have handles, but they're not the ones running their handles. It is not what was simply posted about them that is a problem, but the comment that come under it. You can post about weather and someone can insult you. You can post about a rock and somebody can insult you. You can post about the sky and somebody can insult you. The anonymity of social media covers those who are posting. So I believe my approach attracts attention because it is different. Everyone can go to social media to insult, attack, criticize, and raise issues angrily. But what I do is to dilute it in a way that people will laugh and joke about it. Talking about social media and government, what is your take on Femi Gbadabiamela's involvement? Talking about social media, they asked him, talking about social media and government, what's your take on Femi Gbadabiamela's involvement in the Better Edu saga? He replied, "Let me tell you the history of this thing. Social media has become the police, the people's police. Yes, it has become the people's parliament and it has become the people's army. It is a medium from which government can be brought down and also the medium from which government can be held back up. People can create stories that never existed, post and share them, and then the reputation and integrity of someone can be damaged by that. So they will attempt to regulate social media. In the 8th Senate, Bola, IBN, and Allah tried to bring out a bill to regulate social media. We shut it down. In the 9th Senate, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi and Senator Sani Musa, all from Niger State, tried to bring out some laws that will control social media, and it was brought down. Sometimes I think the former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, hold on, we shut it down in the 9th Senate. Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi and Senator Sani Musa, all from Niger State, tried to bring out some laws that will control social media, and it was brought down. Sometimes I think the former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, raised issues around social media, and now it has come to the fore under this administration. But you see, it is like destroying the ladder that took you up. In Nigeria's political history and political space, since 2014, social media was being used by the APC, our party, to bring down Jonathan's government. But after that, it became impossible for those who were in position, now in power, to tolerate the same poison they fed others with. So that is why the discomfort is now. This shows the hypocrisy in the lives of people in the position of authority. They used it to achieve their aim and now they are afraid of it. I don't think they want to regulate social media because of fake news. People in power want to regulate the media to protect themselves from criticism. In the last 10 years, I have seen cases where people were arrested for posting messages either on Facebook, Twitter, or on Instagram. So our own issues are that there are already laws that exist in the country. For example, if you say anything defamatory against me, there is a law to which you can be held to account and be persecuted for that. But if you now go to the extent of crafting laws that will incapacitate and emasculate the freedom of speech, because social media is casting light on governance and people in power, then I think we are doing a disservice to democracy. So when the case of Besa Edu came, I had a lot. I was surprised by Igbaja because he has been a progressive, one who has always defended the rights of the people to express themselves. But people never knew that the social media that you post when you're in government, by the time you're out of government, may be your last resort of defense. Because when you have power, you can protect yourself and you can use it against others. That's when you're out of power, you'll be vulnerable and you'll be at the mercy of those in power. And that is when the rights of freedom of speech and social media will come to a defense when your rights are being breached. So people should not destroy the ladder that took them to the position of authority and power. Let's talk about President Bola Tinubu's political appointments. Some people believe the president is making the same mistake as Buhari in terms of appointment. For example, the Minister of Defense, Bello Matawali, has tons and tons of cases with EFCC. What is your take on this? He asked. They asked. He replied, well, I thought you were going to talk about the allegations of Tinubu appointing his own kingsmen into office. Well, I think we can put it in general terms. Yeah. You see, ideally, the people are supposed to man political positions are people of confidence. If you're going to man transport, you will have experience in transport. If you're going to man agriculture, you will have experience in agriculture. But when you find yourself in a political terrain and you will have to share things, you have to share in the shared positions. The first thing, who are those that supported me to be in office? So you may have a competent person who never supports. So you may have a competent person who never supported you. I may have an incompetent person who nearly lost his or her life for you. So the questions are before you. One is that it's like having two ladies and you have the choice to marry. One is ugly, but she's true for you. She's true for you at the time when you do not have anything. And the other is beautiful and presentable, but when she was not in support of you, when people are against you. So you have to choose which one to marry. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest